On top of that, aside from technology, we're essentially going through a series of fundamental system changes. And so the world that all of you, all of us, essentially got used to for the last 40 years, essentially is kind of devolving, essentially falling apart. And this is accounts for a lot of the gloom and doom. So you would have to say, from the Western point of view, for the last 40 years, the kind of Western challenge has been terrorism. Energy has been carbon. Transportation has been all internal combustion. Culture has been dominated by the baby boomers. Politics has been largely conservative. Our economics has been kind of unleashing the private sector. Capitalism has been all about shareholder value. Work has been completely physical, whether it's knowledge work or whatever. Production has always continued to be industrial. And geopolitics was focused on the Middle East because you had to keep the oil going to keep the whole flywheel going. I'm making the argument that that whole world is on that side and falling apart fast. Now, if you're in that world, the world looks really bad, and you start really getting freaked out. But what's fantastic about what's happening is in every one of these categories, we see a new model, a new system emerging, which isn't quite totally clear, but it's starting to actually rapidly kind of cohere now. Now, for this era that you can think of the next 40 years or beyond even, we see our meta challenge, of course, is climate, as we basically pointed out. But all kinds of things are shifting too. Energy is rapidly going to clean. Transportation rapidly going to electric. Culture much more dominated by the millennials. Politics, I would argue, we don't have enough time here to get into it, is going to increasingly go more progressive. You're looking in economics, much more about industrial policy, government sector. We're watching capitalism get more distributed into all kinds of stakeholders. We're watching work becoming virtual with the jumpstart of the pandemic. Production is going to become more biological through synthetic biology. Geopolitics from the Western point is moving much more into Asia, China, and all the different big population centers out there. And so that is the entire new system that's being born here. And we just happen to be living in the 10 years that we are watching this fundamental system change across all these things. You could say from one meta system to another meta system. This is essentially the reason we see so much confusion and so much doubt and so much anxiety about what's happening. Now,